Okay guys, welcome back. This is going to be like our first real episode, and we're going to dig into some of the philosophy of everything is everything. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to start talking about, I thought we should talk about the idea of being an athlete. That we view every person here at the gym as an athlete, and we think you should view yourself as an athlete. So I wanted to talk how I look at myself and my history, and how that can translate to how I train and how I coach other athletes. As a kid, I grew up in a small town, and there was like 60 kids in my grade, and I was lucky enough that I was one of the best athletes in my grade. And so like when there would be field day, I would win a lot of ribbons. I was one of the best kids on my soccer team, and it was an important part of my life. And I think that really had a big impact on me and kind of forging in my head that I have athletic capabilities. Of course, as I got older and I moved to a bigger school in 6th grade, everyone was bigger, faster, stronger, but still that kind of stuck in my head. Another thing in my youth was that I grew up, again, in a small town in the Hudson River Valley. There were lots of hills and rivers and woods. Even in the Chicago suburb area, we had a dirt track in the woods right near where I lived. And my parents always encouraged me to go outside. Probably the biggest foundation for my athleticism came from the fact that I played soccer starting at the age of 4. From 4 up until 18, I played soccer. And so if you think about that, what it's like to be on a sports team and play regularly, taking soccer as the example, multiple times a week I would go to soccer practice where we would do sprints together, and there'd be a group of kids challenging each other and pushing each other, and that being comfortable in that environment helps me thrive in atmospheres like the CrossFit gym. And the movements that we did, think about a soccer game is 90 minutes long, so that's kind of some endurance. You got to run around pretty consistently, and in the middle, some high intensity sprinting. You're learning how to kick the ball really hard, which is core to extremity movement, or throw a ball. Using your feet gives you some coordination. And I had a chance to do that for 14 years, and that really sits with me. That's almost half of my life. Something else that happened to me during soccer that had an impact on me was that I actually hurt myself in junior year of high school. I was running on a crappy field, and there was this divot, and I kind of jammed my back. I didn't see the divot, and I hurt my back. And it got so bad that afterwards that I struggled to get out of bed in the morning. My back hurt. I went through physical therapy 3 times before I finished high school. And all through college, my back just hurt a lot. And when I discovered CrossFit, it reminded me of physical therapy, the way it would make my back feel strong and stable. And while I was scared of the weightlifting, I recognized that getting stronger was important to making my back feel better. And I also appreciated moving properly. I videotaped myself and wanted to make sure I had perfect form in everything that I did. And I always say I was lucky enough to hurt myself younger. Other than that, some things that happened randomly. When I was in college, I started doing push-ups. I would do like as many push-ups as I could do in 5 minutes, or high volume push-ups pretty regularly. And I did that starting when I was like 20 all the way up through discovering CrossFit when I was like 27. So when I started CrossFit, I could do dips, I could do handstand push-ups, muscle-ups. I could do that pretty much right off the bat because I had been doing these gymnastic basics for so long. When I look back, I never really squatted. I didn't really do any heavy weights, and those are the things that I still struggle with the most. So what we want to ask you guys to do is think about your athletic background, about your history, where your foundations are. Where have you spent time, and where have you not spent any time, and thinking about focusing your energy there. So I hope you take some time to do that, and we'll talk to you guys next time.